All right, welcome to AC Flora High School.
We're here for a good one. Apparently, the Hammond Skyhawks coming in. Technically, they're the home team today.
Yes.
Taking on your own AC Flora Falcons. A little different story yesterday. AC Flora beating Dreer 9-1, but Hammond losing to the Silver Fox with a Dutch fork, 14-0, looking to bounce back with, I'm assuming, their ace, Dylan Richardson, on the mound today for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, he's a really good pitcher. I got to see him pitch several times, including at Seger Park last summer for the Richland Post 215 American Legion team, coached by Chris Dorsey.
It's good to be back here, though. You know, AC Flora has their own spring break. I don't get mine, but hey, it's all okay. I still had a fun spring break.
Yeah.
So, but again, game 2 of this region. AC Flora will play those Silver Foxes tomorrow, while Hammond will get Dreer, it seems. I'm assuming we're about to do lineup introductions very soon.
First, we're going to introduce the national anthem.
Wow. Kind of important, you know?
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of head baseball coach Andy Hammond, I want to welcome you to the city of Forest Acres and AC4 High School, home of the Forest Acres Baseball Classic. This evening's nightcap pits the Skyhawks of Hammond against the Falcons of AC Flora. With the players and coaches, please line up on your respective baselines, and everyone please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with our national anthem.
Play ball.
Hey, Alex, you're not going to believe this.
What's up?
I coached the bat boy in basketball.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Hold.
Drew Fiffick? Yeah.
We talking double digits in coaching now between the two teams? I know you coached the catcher for Hammond. I'm going to get there before you say it, just so I'm not as surprised when you say it.
Oh, Rucker. Yeah. Yeah. Is it?
So, yeah, we're going to...
Yeah. All right, let's see. Yep, there he is.
Hopefully we'll get some lineups here in a second. Assuming ours won't be that much different, though, from what they usually are. Sneed leading off, Carew after that.
And now the starting lineups for Hammond. Catcher, number 6, Rutger Brandon. Shortstop, number 1, Wyatt Merritt. The pitcher, number 2, Dylan Richardson. The right fielder, number 15, Thomas Dennis. Center fielder, number 4, Evan Todd. Third baseman, number 25, Jack Croft.
We're good.
Left fielder, number 3, Michael Hutchinson. First baseman, number 35, William Hudson. And at second base, number 19, Ian Kirkpatrick.
All right, yeah. I've coached Michael Aitchison. Where's he? Left field?
Aitchison.
Yeah. A-I-T.
Yeah. I think he's left.
I think he's left field. Yeah. And then Ben Kirkpatrick played with in baseball with Hearn.
Ladies and
So I'm
gentlemen,
sure I would have
please
thrown
check the
BP to
back
him.
of your seats. If you're sitting in a seat,
I feel like you know everyone in this town.
I'm doing my best. I'm trying.
Those are reserved seats. You need to move either to a seat that does not have a reserve sign or to the bleachers. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to mute real quick. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Five's at third.
All right, here we go.
Leading off for the Falcons, number 15, Zach Sneed.
Familiar sight for your Falcons. Zach Sneed's going to lead it off. Even though I wasn't here, I did tune in to watch. Sneed did go 1 for 3 yesterday. First game of the tournament as he watched the strike go by there in her first pitch. Sneed went 1 for 3 with 2 walks. Got on base 3 times. He watches that one outside. Again, Hammond looking to bounce back, and they have their, again, ace on the mound. Dylan Richardson committed to Coastal Carolina. Sneed, good eye there, watches that one low. Ball 3. This Flora lineup stacked top to bottom, going to be a tough ask for Richardson. As that ball misses outside, Sneed goes ahead 3-1. Another familiar sight for the Falcons, Carew Bates, going to be on deck. 3-1 fouled, back over. Richardson able to fill the count up, 3-2 now against the leadoff hitter Sneed. And Sneed's going to just muscle that foul. Looked like he was a little low on the swing. Richardson has to walk himself and clear that ball off the infield grass. But day 2 of 4 here at the tournament. Got 2 more games going.
Weather's been pretty amazing.
It's been absolutely phenomenal. Full count, curveball misses high, and Sneed starts his day off with a walk.
Now batting for the Birds, number 19, Carew Bates.
So, Carew had a little better day than Sneed yesterday. Almost homered twice, both hit off the wall. Those were his 2 hits yesterday, and also drove in 1. Looking to continue that hot streak here against Richardson and the Skyhawks of Hammond. Sneed on first. Got speed, and Richardson's fastball will miss low for ball 1. First baseman Hudson holding Sneed on, trying to keep him from going anywhere. But Carew just goes over that one. Upset himself, but it'll just even up the count at 1s apiece. So here we go, 1-1 count, Sneed on first. Top of the first inning, high inside with that fastball. And now a quick mound visit from Rucker, the catcher, who you know very well.
Yeah. Known him since he was little.
That's how it is with, like, feel like every kid, at least one kid on every team I see over here. I'm sure that will never get old. 3-1 pickoff attempt. Good move, but Sneed's so close to the bag, he's easily able to get back. It's one of the It's one of the things, you got a fast runner on first, but a pickoff's gonna be really hard if you hold him on. And another 3-1 count here. And that ball's ripped down the left field line, but it will go foul. Carew jumped on an off-speed pitch there and almost got extra bases out of it. But he wasn't able to do so. So, filler up 3-2. Charles Flake is on deck for your Falcons. Looks like the center fielder shaded a little bit after that pull from Carew. Richardson comes home, deals inside, ball 4. He walks the first 2 batters. Quick 2 rocks here for Richardson.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 16, Charles Flake.
So Charles has a chance to really do some damage here in the first inning. He's got Sneed at second and Bates at first. Now that first baseman Hudson's going to play even with the grass, and that ball's going to skip away from the catcher, Rucker, allow both Sneed and Bates to move up. And now Richardson has a lot of trouble here brewing in the first inning. And then, again, another dangerous hitter on deck for the Falcons, Tyler Hernandez. You really don't want to be stuck in this spot in the first inning. But right now, that's where Richardson is. That ball's going to miss low and in. So 2-0 count here. Catches the outside part of that zone. Strike 1. Fastball from Richardson. Trying to reset. So now a 2-1 count here. First base is open. And Flake's going to beat that into the ground. Going to come home with the play. Low throw, no play at home. Sneed will score without a slide. Flake will reach with a fielder's choice, and Carew goes to third. And now Tyler Hernandez.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 21, Tyler Hernandez.
Step into the dish.
Wow. Would you have gone home with that?
No, it's tough. I don't think I would have went home there.
Yeah.
I think you need to get at least an out in the inning and just surrender a run, considering you haven't settled down yet. But I understand why you want to go home, try to limit damage early, as Hernandez takes that first one foul. But personally, I would have probably just went to first and got the out just to kind of settle my pitcher down, who has not, because Richardson's walked too.
Yeah.
And
yeah, feels like no outs with runners on second and third.
It just
one of those runs is coming home at some point, so you might as well get the out.
Just didn't seem like a situation where you should have gone there. And Richardson now is ahead 0-2. But yeah, I would have probably went to first, but it would have been a tough play to make. I mean he should have got there, but there was a little dribbler down the third baseline. Now 0-2 against Hernandez. Inside. Hammond crowd not happy with that one. But that was going to stay inside, whether the crowd likes it or not. Hernandez takes his first ball. 1-2, slapped. Foul down the first base line. Hernandez yesterday going 1 for 2, and he drew 2 walks. Also had a stolen base. However, that stolen base was a ball thrown over his head. Wasn't exactly the stolen base you'd expect Hernandez to have, but it still works. He was taken off. Ball's grounded on the second. Gonna go over to second for 1. throw to first. Hernandez beats it out.
All right.
That is an RBI for Hernandez. Bates comes home to score. 2-0 Falcons here. And now Cooper Revels.
Now batting for the Falcons,
Dig
number
in.
5, Cooper Revels.
So Flake was thrown out at second. The bases will be cleared all but Hernandez, who will go to first. But Flora now is going to be up 2-0 here as the away team. Not something you see a lot here at Falcon Field.
That's really weird.
It's very rare to see us come up in the first inning. So, Richardson gets his first out, and now that ball's going to be slapped over to short. Tough play. He's got to wait back on it. Fires to first, but gets Revels out. It's a slow roller.
Yeah, couldn't make the play to second.
No, it was a hard ball to run out. That will allow Hernandez to
Up
move
next to the
up.
Falcons, number 29, Evan Smith.
So now we see Evan Smith step in, another player who had a phenomenal day one in this tournament, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a hit by pitch. Smith has another RBI sitting at second, but Richardson now has 2 outs here in the early portion of this one. What a beautiful curveball. Strike 1. Very slow moving, but effective. We also see McCardle. He's the courtesy runner for Hernandez at second now with 2 outs. But an 0-1 high, ball 1. Also do think it's important to note that those 2 walks that Richardson allowed to Snead and Bates come back to bite him now, as those are the 2 runs that Flora has scored in the first. So Richardson dug himself in a hole. He's going to try to minimize this damage with only those 2 walks. He's got to go through Smith, though. 1-1, beautiful curveball on the outside part of the zone, strike 2.
It was a little outside.
I have a bad angle from the left. Excuse me if I'm just assuming it. I'm assuming the umpire called.
Umpires are always right.
1-2 now. Going is McCardle. Ball outside. Throw down to third. Got on at third.
Oh.
Or not.
Saying he missed the tag,
No,
I
he's
guess.
saying he's safe. It looked like he signaled out to begin with, but they're going to say McCardle got under it. Hammond head coach Chris, excuse me if I butcher this, Braskiewicz? That's a name. Braskiewicz, I'm assuming. I'm going to come out and argue the call, but...
Hold on.
Brzezinski, got it. Nonetheless, that was a ball to Smith, and that was ball 3, a fastball that was at the feet of Evan Smith, and now load him up again with McCardle at third. So, full count, 2 outs. Called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Smith goes down looking, but the 2 leadoff walks for the Flora will come back to bite Richardson. He gives up 2 in the top of the first, and the Falcons lead at 2-0. Here we go. Do it.
All right. We're
Bottom.
back.
It's my fault. Yeah, bottom of the first
Leading
inning.
off of Hammond, number 6, Rucker Brannon.
So Rucker Brannon, he will lead off this game for Hammond. Work against Davis Rivers here. We saw Grant go 6 innings last night with 13 strikeouts. Gonna be hard for Davis to try to match that, but he's gonna do his best. As you see a fastball there, low and inside, ball 1. And we're underway for the bottom of the first. Due up this inning for the Skyhawks got Rucker Brannon, Wyatt Barrett, and Dylan Richardson. As good pitch there by Davis, looked to be another fastball. That one over the heart of the plate. We are now underway completely in this one. It's a 1-1 count here. Brannon looking to try to start hot for the Skyhawks as he watches that fastball low. Not much to note here for Flora other than Charles Flake, the designated hitter. So he will not be in the field and taking his usual position. Cooper Revels. That ball's going to be beaten into the ground and foul there for Brannon.
Oh, Cooper's at first? Oh, cool.
Yeah, Cooper is at first tonight, and Flake is the designated hitter.
Oh, right. So, yeah, so Grant's not pitching, so he's at short?
Yeah, he's at short today.
Yeah, that moves, Carew over.
Yeah, going around, you got Hernandez behind the plate, Revels at first, Bates at second, Grant at third, Zach at third, or Grant at short, Zach at third. Another beaten to the ground foul ball. Rins is in left, Evan Smith in center, and Charles Scott rounds out the lineup in right.
Yeah, I don't know who Charles is. It's Charlie.
Charlie? Oh, close enough. We're getting it down. I did it off memory. That was my mistake.
Yeah, no, you're not his mom. Call him Charlie.
2-2 and a hit by pitch. No, I think Charles Flaker just talking about him being designated hitter.
Wyatt Barrett.
But a hit by pitch that just caught his wrist. Allow Rucker to reach. And quickly, Hammond has a base runner here. You know, we were talking about earlier in this game, or before the game started, about, you know, even though Hammond got 14-0'd last night, that this team is better than getting 14-0'd.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a lot of talent on this Hammond team.
That ball's going to be low, ball 1. You saw him on the corner, Rucker Brannon take off. Or, well, not take off, but he acted like he was going to. It'll be interesting to see if the Hammond pitchers get in the head of these Flora, or the Hammond runners get in the head of these Flora pitchers. But that first pitch from Rivers, ball 1, and a pickoff attempt at first. Brandon able to slide back in safely. So, Wyatt Barrett ahead of the count 1-0. Watch one go by as Davis goes over again just to keep Brandon close. I guess that's a little of an announcer's jink or a prediction. As I said, I wonder how these runners are going to be in the head of the Flora pitchers. Well, now Davis has picked off twice. Now he goes home, and a popped up over to Grant at short, ranging to his right. He'll get under it and make the play for out number 1.
Now batting number 2, Dylan Richardson.
So Dylan Richardson, the pitcher here for the Skyhawks. We saw him give up 2 in the top of the first. He's going to try to look to get those back in the bottom half. Got a runner at first to do it, but Davis has had his way so far with his pitches. Only one messed up, and that was a good pickoff attempt to try to get Brandon at first, but he's able to slide back in there safely. So here we go. First pitch called strike. Fastball catching that outer portion of the plate. Flora, the host team for this tournament, again playing away, almost catching Brandon off guard. Looked like he was flat-footed on his dive back, but he wasn't far enough away for it to matter. But with them being the host team, they're in prime time all this week, playing the 8 o'clock games yesterday, today, tomorrow. A nice, looked like a change-up there from Davis Rivers, catching Richardson off guard, strike 2. And now he's ahead 0-2 in the count. He's thrown over so many times, I forgot he hasn't thrown a ball. Oh and 2 here. Good throwaway pitch down in the dirt, but Richardson was not able, or did not pull the trigger. Keeping the count, or moving the count to 1-2. Still have Brandon over on first. He's been acting like he's going to go, but he's staying very close to the bag. As you see Rivers again throwing over. Fourth time this at bat, or fourth time so far he's thrown over to keep Brandon at first. It's going to be interesting to see if he actually decides to go eventually. That fastball will stay low, even the count up at 2s apiece. Still only 1 out here, bottom of the first inning, after Flora plated 2 across 2 leadoff walks. They came around and costed Richardson the only 2 runs of the game so far, but it's early. Another throw over to first. Brandon able to just basically kind of walk back over there.
I'd help you with the announcing, Alex, but Davis is giving me a workout, like trying to get it to first.
Hey, I am more than fine to do all the announcing. 2-2 lined in the left field base hit. Best gonna throw that one in, but after all the pickoffs, Richardson able to put one in the left for the first hit of the game for either team. So now, 4-hole hitter Thomas Dennis is going to be stepping in. He's the right fielder for Hammond.
Pitch runner for Hammond on first base, number 5, Jack Miller.
And now you see Jack Moore. He's going to come in and pitch run for Richardson.
For the Skyhawks, number 15, Thomas Dennis.
Dennis, the right fielder for the Skyhawks and their 4-hole hitter. He's got 2 on to work with and only 1 out here, bottom of the first inning, as he swings through a changeup for strike 1.
It's funny, normally we see courtesy runners for pitchers and catchers, but Rucker on second, he's a really savvy runner. He's that kid that in Little League he would steal home on the throw back from the catcher to the pitcher.
Yep.
Yeah.
I tried that once. I got thrown out. Wasn't as good as Rucker.
Rucker's done it a bunch.
0-2 is going to get away from Hernandez. Oh, Rucker and the courtesy runner Jack Moore move up. And now both are in scoring position here. Still in the first inning, 1-2, coming home, and a skied over. It's going to be Bates calling everyone off at second. He'll make the play. For out 2, we see no run from Brandon. Now the second out of the game.
Stepping into the box for the Skyhawks, number 12, Connor Stevens.
So now I'm assuming we're going to see looks to be a designated hitter, I'm assuming?
Connor
Stevens. He's not out there on defensively.
Yeah, no, he is the DH.
So he's the DH for tonight.
Well, yeah, it's interesting because he's DH, but the pitcher's batting.
Yeah, it's I had Evan Todd on my score sheet. That's what they said, but now we see Stevens. And he'll watch ball 1 go by. Now he swings through an off-speed pitch. Strike one.
I mean, you normally don't see the DH betting for somebody other than the pitcher, but yeah, you're allowed to.
It happened. It's pretty rare that happened. It's a quick strike, too. We saw it in the Irmo game last week with their catcher. Their catcher did not hit in that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was the one thing. I came a little late, so I didn't get to see the whole lineups, but
Yeah.
he never came around for Irmo, assuming he got DH4.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
It was a crazy game. Rivers is ahead 1 and 2 as we figure out the Stevens problem. Rivers goes home and deals just outside it. I guess it must have been. I'll even up the count at 2s apiece. So 2s all around. 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs, 2 runners, both in scoring position. Rivers comes home and watches strike 3 go by as Stevens gets out of the inning. And Hammond leaves 2 stranded. AC Flora leads it 2-0. Head to the top of the second.
All right.
We're back here, top of the second inning. Flora's ahead 2-0 as we're going to reintroduce to Rince Best, who greets us with a foul down the third baseline. He was ahead in the count 3-1 before Lincoln McCardle got thrown out trying to steal third. Or no, not McCardle, excuse me.
Was it? It was a
Or no.
pinch.
Yeah, it was a courtesy runner. Oh, well, doesn't matter. A line to the left field's best, and that's how we begin the second inning. Someone got...
Yep, hard hit ball to left.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 18, Charlie Scott.
I don't think got thrown out. I think... Did Evan strike out? No. Did Devin strike out? That's what I have on my score sheet.
Wait, yeah, hold on.
Evan may have struck out, but nonetheless, Charlie Scott here after a leadoff single from Best.
Evan struck out.
There we go. Yeah, Evan struck out. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it was almost a throw down at third, but
That's right, but they called him safe.
Called him safe,
'cause
yep.
No tag, I guess.
yeah. So now Charlie Scott, right fielder, got his name right that time.
Excellent.
There we go. We're learning. Even though I'm my fourth game, he bunts that one, but it'll go foul back in the net. Trying to play small ball and moving Rince over to second.
Hey, Alex, we never stop learning.
Fair enough. Look, I learn something new every time I do these games.
Exactly. Yeah. Always learning.
Only been calling games for a short amount of time, but learn something new every stream. 1-0, now going to be on.
Ooh.
Looked to be in the air over to third, but Croft couldn't catch it and lets that go foul. So Charlie couldn't get that one down, and now it's 0-2 here against Scott. You have the USC commit Grant Loggins in the 9-hole to turn the lineup over on deck. Richardson has worked an inning, giving up 2 runs, but that was his first hit. As you see Scott fouling off, but Rince allowed that one to be his first hit of the day against Richardson.
Hey, if you want, you can call Croft Jack Croft.
Yeah.
His nickname is Pudding.
Pudding.
Like pudding.
Pudding. Ah, there we go. Learn again. Pudding. Interesting.
Yeah.
Curveball goes over the head of Charlie.
I don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
But he's been pudding for a long time.
Noted. another interesting tidbit.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to.
I got all kinds of.
I'll be sure to use that one. Another pickoff attempt to first. This time, Best able to dive back in without much contest. No, it was interesting. The left fielder for the Gamecock softball team, Marissa Gonzalez, her nickname's a Rabbit. Don't know where that one came from, but
That's nice.
there you go.
Well, at least you can imagine like they're really fast and stuff.
She's pretty fast. Swinging strike 3. Throw down to first. Gonna get away from the first baseman, but no advancement for Rince. Second strikeout of the game for Richardson. And here comes Grant Loggins, pitcher versus pitcher. Looks to be no walk-up for him today. There it is. And not sure what they're gonna. And he's gonna change out helmets.
Now batting for the Falcons.
All right, I feel better.
Grant Loggins.
I didn't like that helmet either.
Apparently not. I mean, I'm right with them. I didn't think the helmet was that special.
No. This one's much better.
I'm assuming probably, if I had to guess why I threw it away, it's probably because of the side plate. I'm assuming. So it's the plate that's going to cover your jawline. I'm assuming it was for a left-handed batter.
Yeah,
I'm assuming is Grant a switch hitter?
No. Wait. Hold up.
Then why'd he grab it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Grant is not a switch hitter. So I'm not sure how he grabbed the wrong helmet or how he only figured it out when
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's why I threw it back. I'm assuming it wasn't just defunctional.
Could have been an 8.
Could have
like
been.
a 9,
Potentially. Grant tries to bunt his way on and will foul it and immediately throws over his wrist guard. I guess no more bunt attempt for Grant there. So?
It's kind of an obvious tell.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming it was only for the first one. I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times he told the bunt.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming if you've never seen him play, you don't know he doesn't wear a wrist guard.
Yeah.
That's my only assumption. 0-1 to Grant. He's going to try to bunt again, and that one's going to... Nice play by the pitcher, Richardson.
Oh, wow.
Able to glove that one and flip it over to first. Able to take down Grant. However, Rince will move to second. It is the second out of the inning. We turn the order over to Zach Sneed.
Up next for the Falcons, number 15, Zach Sneed.
So Sneed was the leadoff batter in the top of the first. He walked and came all the way around to score for Flora. Now he's back up in the second inning. And he watches that off-speed catch the outside portion of that one for strike 1. Richardson doesn't see a lot of lefties in the lineup. It's more of like a 7-8, 7-6 mount for righties, but Sneed is one of the lefties, able to get out of that box quickly. And that ball is smoked, but foul, bringing the count to 0-2. So Richardson has found his groove here in the second. Gave up a leadoff single, but struck out Charlie and then able to glove down Grant. And now he's ahead of Sneed 0-2. looking for another. And he's going to get one on the outside portion. Looks like a change up there. Richardson gets Sneed looking.
Good pitch.
Flora strands one, but they lead at 2-0. We're going to go to the bottom of the second.
Here we go.
Here we go. Bottom of the second inning. Hammond has their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up. And Jack Crofter, I just learned it's called Puddin'.
There you go.
He's up. He will lead it off here for the Skyhawks. I was talking to you earlier again before the game. Favorite nickname of the tournament, the Skyhawks.
Yeah.
You know, we're not sure what a Skyhawk is, but it's a bird.
It is a bird.
As Puddin watches that one go by low, but strike call around the knees. He's now behind 0-1 here. And Rivers working quickly. He will bounce that ball in for ball one. So, Puddin, or Jack Croft, as he's better known by probably his teammates. I'm not sure what they call him more.
I'm sure they call him Puddin.
You think so?
Actually, yeah, I would imagine.
It's an interesting name. I feel like it's just not a baseball nickname.
Oh, no, it is. Well, I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. Either way, he swings at strike two, and now he's behind 1-2 in the count. As that ball is just going to miss outside for Rivers.
I mean, I only know him through him playing at Hammond and then PBL growing up.
Twos, and got him looking. Strike three. Change up inside for Rivers. Caught him lacking. Second strikeout of the game there for Davis. Now Michael Aitchison, right? Aitchison, the left fielder for the Skyhawks, the 7-hole hitter now. For Hammond, he's dig into the right-handed batter's box and fouls one right back in the net for strike one. We talked about Richardson finding this groove. Davis Rivers gave up hit by pitch to the first leadoff hitter, Rucker Brandon, and he gave up only one hit, but he's finding his groove now as he throws a fastball in there for strike two. He is firmly settled in. Watch me jinx that in a little bit. But he's ahead 0-2. Aitchison takes high, ball one. So 1-2. Rivers comes home, another strikeout. Got him looking on the outside portion of the plate. Fastball. Third strikeout of the game. He's now struck out the last three batters, all looking.
Now batting for the Skyhawks, number 35, William Hudson.
So first baseman William Hudson. He was holding a lot of our players earlier on. Now he's going to come to try to bat now. Righty on righty matchup, and Rivers wastes no time. Fastball inside, strike one. Hudson winds, deals, ball killed into left field. Going back is best. At the warning track, just makes the play. Loud third out there for the Skyhawks, but 3 up, 3 down, Hammond goes. Flora leads it 2-0.
Yeah.
19, Carew Bates.
No introduction needed for Carew. I feel like there never is one.
Yeah, no.
He's also one of the 2 runs that came across for Flora back in the first inning. He reached on a walk. Is that curveball beautifully thrown in there for strike one? Richardson again, the Coastal Carolina commit, is now finding his stride in this game. Seemed like the Skyhawks saved him for Flora. And right now he's finding his stride as Bates fouls that one down the left field line. He's quickly behind 0-2 here to Richardson.
We got great pitching tonight. So we got Coastal Carolina commit and a Wofford commit.
Wofford commit. I keep forgetting Rivers, the Wofford commit.
Yeah.
I even wrote it down too. That curveball though, gonna stay high. Ball one. But yeah, both kids able to stay in state. Coastal's in state.
Yeah.
I for some reason I think that's North Carolina for no reason. I don't know why, but I always do. Either way, Bates watches that change up high and away. Ball two, evening the count.
They'll say it's Myrtle Beach, but it's Conway.
Either way.
It's on the way. It's near the outlets.
Either way, that ball is
Hey, good job getting his bat down.
That's something you don't really think about, and I never did either. Full count, by the way, but no, if that hits the bat, it's a foul ball, and a lot of momentum is now going right to Hammond because a ball that should not have been a ball, or should not have been a strike, is a strike. That ball is, though, beaten over to short. Barrett takes it on a hop and quickly fires on a line over to first, able to get the first out. That was a missile from Barrett.
Yeah, he had to do it. Cruise fast.
He had to.
For the Falcons, number 16, Charles Flake.
No, he rifled that one over there and got Carew by looked like a step-ish.
Yeah,
Wasn't by much, but
much.
He threw it quickly. So Charles Flake did something similar back in his first at-bat. Grounded one over to third where they came home with it. But Sneed was able to score standing up, which was the first run of the game for your Falcons. Flake behind 0-1 as Richardson deals low. Ball one. So Richardson has retired the last 4 Falcon hitters after allowing 5 of them to reach base early. That ball is going to be lined over to third, throwing over. More of a rainbow throw there from Puddin, but able to get the second out. Bringing up Tyler Hernandez.
Up next for the Falcons, number 21, Tyler Hernandez.
So Hernandez also reached on the fielder's choice, but he also has the other RBI for the Falcons. Grounded over to second. They got the out at second, gunning down Flake, but Hernandez was able to beat out a double play ball. And now he's going to line that to left center. Going back is Aitchison. He's not going to get there. That's going to be extra bases for Hernandez. Aitchison takes that in as Tyler will stand up going into second. A 2-out double for the Falcons. And now there's trouble here for Richardson in the third. Here comes the first baseman, Cooper Revels. He grounded out to Barrett back in his first at-bat. Now he's looking to try to change that up a little bit here with 2 outs here, top of the third inning. Flora holds the 2-0 lead here. Would love to add some insurance against the Coastal commit. This looked like a slider finding the dirt for ball 1. So Cooper, you know, he went 1 for 4 with interesting RBI. I don't think it's technically credited to him. Got an error. Shortstop was eaten up after a hard hit, but technically you're supposed to make that. Ooh. Ball squirting away. Hernandez is going to try for third. Throw down on a hop. Goes into left field. Now Aitchison's going to try to throw home. Not going to be in time. Hernandez is going to come all the way, or it's going to be Lincoln McCardle. Actually, I didn't see him come in, but Lincoln McCardle comes all the way around, scores the 3rd run of the game for your Falcons. What a weird way to score your 3rd run of the game. I mean, you take it back through it. Brandon, that ball squared it away from him. Just tried to throw it down for 3rd, but couldn't handle it. Able to go into left field, and McCardle easily able to scamper home. But importantly now, Richardson is behind 3-0 on Revels. And Evan Smith is on deck. So after me hyping up Richardson, saying he set down the last 4, he lets the next one come across and delivers a 4-pitch walk to Cooper. Falcons finding life in this 3rd inning, and we're going to see Brandon come out and talk to Richardson.
Well, I just appreciate you doing your announcing jinx for a team other than Flora. that was
I gotta even it out, you know. I do it to Flora way too often. I only see Hammond probably once a year. So,
yeah.
You know what happens? It's our job to point out the trends, and then for the other team to spoil our pointing it out.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how this relationship works with player and announcer. So I do my best. Evan Smith was a strikeout victim back in the 1st inning and ended the inning. Is now he's gonna look to try to put another hit on the board against Richardson. And that one, Richardson finds his own fastball, strike 1. So after a 4-pitch walk to Revels, Richardson comes back in with a strike on the outside portion against one of the, I would say, the best hitters on this Florida team all year. Pickoff attempt just gets his hand back into Revels. That was close. Closer than I'd like it to be.
Was that Evan?
Revels is at first.
No,
I said Evan Smith, did I not?
No, the best hitter.
I said he's been one of the
best.
One of the best.
He's been really consistent.
I wouldn't say he's the best hitter on the team, but I'd say he's one of the best.
He's been solid delivering. Yeah.
Had a phenomenal year, especially for a 6-hole hitter, which you don't see a lot.
Yeah.
Evan smartly calling time after Richardson was taking his time on the mound. No, it's a balk. No, it's not a balk. Not a balk. I don't mind the attempt for Cooper trying to take second, but they ruled that a time, not a balk. Miscommunication, maybe from the umpires around the diamond. But
yeah.
Revels forced to go back to first here. And now here we go. Richardson's going to hopefully deal pitch 2 here to Evan. He will. Curveball coming from across the plate to the right-handed batter's box or the left-handed batter's box in the dirt. Ball 1. So Flora scored 3 runs off of 2 hits and no errors for Hammond. An interesting way to start the day off, and that pickoff attempt's going to get away from the first baseman, Hudson. Cooper will able to advance to second, and that ball's going to squirt through, and this time Cooper is going to have to hold up as that ball will go right to Aitchison in left field. This has been a very weird inning for Hammond.
It really is.
You have that 2-out double to Hernandez. Lincoln McCardle came in and came home off of a ball that got away from the catcher, throw down to third, and that ball went into left field. And now we see Cooper Revels walk the next at bat, and now he goes second on a pickoff attempt that got away. What a weird inning for Hammond's defense. And they still got to go through Smith. It's a 1-1 count. We'll make that 1-2. As that changeup's going to find part of that zone. You see Smith there asking the umpire where that was. I'm sure the umpire said about waist high over the plate. Probably the outer side. Winding and dealing is Richardson. Smith just able to get a piece of that, but over to Barrett, who will shoot it over to first. Out number 3. But after some interesting defensive plays, Flora comes around and scores one more. They lead it 3-0. We're going to head to the bottom part of the inning. So here we go. After Flora plates one across in the top part of the inning, Hammond will come up in the bottom part. We're going to see the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, starting with second baseman Ben Kirkpatrick. He will dig in for his first shot against Rivers and will take that first pitch into the bricks of the wall on the backstop. So, you saw Richardson fall apart at the helm at the end of that inning, able to kind of bounce back. Seen Davis Rivers put out a solid first 2 innings, but we'll see how he goes like around the second second time around the order, as Kirkpatrick able to foul that one off. He's behind 0-2, but has put that on ball both times. We'll see if that helps him put this one in play here against Rivers. 0-2, dealing home, strike 3. After putting both in the foul territory, he couldn't put the bat on that one, and will be the 4th strikeout victim for Davis Rivers. Now we turn over the order. Rucker Brandon will be the second hitter of the inning. He was stranded on third back in the first after he was hit by a pitch on a 2-2 count. It was a really weird pitch that got away from Davis. As he watches that one in. And I know you have a soft spot for Rucker, but he's also on the other team today, so you know.
Yeah, no. I want, no. If he strikes out, I'm okay. Rucker will be fine. He'll have a great game next.
Exactly. He plays tomorrow. He's fine.
Yeah.
He plays tomorrow and Thursday.
That's right. And I will cheer on every at bat.
Just not today.
No.
That ball shot over to second. Nice play there from Carew. Makes it for a quick second out of the inning. Almost looked like Carew overran that one, but he was able to just kind of, just like Richardson did back in the first, kind of glove it in a way. Just kind of whip the glove down and kind of force that ball in the glove. But now Wyatt Barrett up, the shortstop here for the Skyhawks, and he's going to ground that one to third. Almost a diving play by Sneed to keep it in the infield. But that'll be an infield single for Barrett. Unfortunately, I didn't see Sneed making the play, even if he did catch that ball. But what an attempt.
Yeah. I went for it. I'm pretty sure I got it on the stream. Yeah. He was kind of hidden behind the pole a little bit, but he popped out trying to make the play. But,
Yeah, for those who didn't
see, it was a good effort.
He went from his kind of just his pre-stance to a just full extension dive. Unfortunately, it would have been a very hard play to make at first, since he would have to get up and fire. But he's able to kind of bat that one down, keep it in the infield. There's no telling whether Grant would have got there. I think he would have. He was ranging pretty well. But infield single nonetheless for Wyatt Barrett. And now Richardson, a throw down to first. Unable to get the tag down as Revels. Well, a tag down in time as Barrett slides back in safely. Richardson has, before that, the only hit for the Skyhawks. He had a single into left field. And that one's going to be grounded over to Sneed. This time he'll make the play, go to second for the force out, and get it. Sneed debates the 1-2 punch in the order, gets the final out of the third inning. Florida leads it 3-0. We're going to head to the top of the fourth.
For the Falcons, number 2, Rents Best.
Well, you heard it there. Rents Best will lead it off for your Falcons in the top of the fourth inning. He has one of those 2 Falcon hits, singled into left field back in the second inning. Unfortunately, he was left stranded at second
Wow,
pitch.
that ball was really low and away.
Even from this angle,
I
it
mean,
looked a little outside.
Record did a good job of framing it. But
See, your
he had-
soft spot's coming into play.
he had to put a lot of work into framing that.
I'd say it looked like it was a slider that couldn't stay in. That one was a curveball that was low, but it looked like that first pitch was sweeping away.
Yeah, and in fact, I recorded it as a ball. I was so convinced. All right, 1-1.
Either way, it's now one's a piece. The Falcons lead at 3-0 here. As that ball, fastball, that one caught part of the strike zone.
That was better than the first pitch. But
Like, I have a really weird angle. I am like looking dead on from basically where the left-handed batter's box, even a little farther out from that.
yeah,
So like, it's a weird angle for me to see those outside pitches come in. I'm a lot better with lefties. It's that curveball, not able to find the zone there. Even the count at 2s apiece. Richardson coming and dealing. Great job by Rince just to fight that off. Richardson, that curveball is more of like a sweeping curveball as it comes from so far, and then basically it's like a sweeping slider, but it's a curveball because it cuts so much down. Such a hard pitch to hit, especially at the high school level. So I want to just give credit for Best for fighting that one off. As he fights that change-up off, and that will be flown over maybe closer to the soccer field.
yeah.
Richardson is getting ready to throw his 65th pitch of the night. He's on pace for around over 100. We'll see how long he goes. And he catches part of the dirt there for ball 3. And Rince is able to work this one full. You have Charlie Scott on deck. He's one of the 3 strikeout victims for Richardson. But Rince is able to draw a leadoff walk for the Falcons. Ball is inside. And now, another base runner for the Falcons here.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 18, Charlie Scott.
So you hear Charlie Scott. He will dig in for the Falcons with a man on first. That is the 4th walk Richardson has given up this game. He's had control issues. I thought he settled down in the 3rd inning, but didn't. Runner is going to go. Throw it out to second. Not in time. Stolen base there for Rince. On the first pitch of the at-bat, he'll move into scoring position as Charlie Scott watches strike 1 go by low. That ball from Rucker was thrown a little off the bag and gave Barrett a hard time to put that tag down. So we now see Rince goes back to second after
Left it at the first base coach.
yeah, he
through the body armor at the first base coach. A piece went up and a piece went down.
it's like one of those things where you're messing around in your home and trying to throw up both balls and catch them both at the same time, but they both go like opposite directions, and you're like, well, this sucks.
Yeah.
That's basically how I saw it. I went back to being a kid there, just watching the first base coach kind of just he just had the most unfortunate luck when Rince threw his stuff back at him. So after a quick talk from the third base coach, Charlie Scott's gonna get back in as he's set to do battle against Richardson. Richardson ahead 0-1. And now some mind games going over. Kirkpatrick, the second baseman, came over to hold Rince as Charlie Scott held a bunt down. A lot going on there and mentally now. And we're going to see Hammond, we're going to see the first baseman take a step in. Third baseman playing even with the bag. I guess they'll concede the bunt here. Charlie will not bunt as he watches a fastball low and away. So count even now at 1 apiece. Richardson has a man on second in scoring position. Trying to work on Charlie Scott. 1-1. Coming home, dealing low. Ball 2. And we've seen Richardson again. I said it. Thought he was Thought he was calming down towards the end of that second, beginning of the third, but now he seemed to lost his control again. Really filling these counts up against the Falcon hitters. 2-1 pitch. Will catch part of the dirt again. Now 3-1. In danger of walking his 5th Flora batter of the night, and we're only in the 4th inning. And you have the always dangerous Grant Loggins on deck for AC Flora. This is not the spot Richardson wants. My guess comes back here with a big strike. No. Whoa, he does apparently.
That was inside.
I thought so too. I even called this. I even said no. Charlie threw the bat. that was a annoyed swing. Have I ever seen one before?
Yeah.
That was one where that's one swing where he's like, I should not be here right now. Either way, full count here against Charlie. And he muscles that one to left field. Going back is Aitchison. He's going to have room and he'll make the play. Rince will not tag. And a loud first out of the inning for the Falcons. So, here comes Grant Loggins. This time he does not throw the helmet back as he walks up to the plate.
Stepping up the plate for the Falcons, number 9, Grant Loggins.
He grounded out to the pitcher last at bat on a bunt attempt. It was more of a sacrifice bunt attempt. He was able to really move Rince over to second. But Richardson made a nice play where he kind of gloved that ball.
Yeah.
It's one you don't see. We talked about, well, watch this first pitch. Another bunt. That one down the third base line. Going to be tough for Kraft. Over on a hop to first.
He's
not
safe.
in time. Loggins able to beat out another bunt attempt as he is dinking and dunking his way onto the base pass.
That was a really well-placed bunt.
I was going to say is we saw Carew kind of glove one earlier, but it was kind of like just put it down last second. We saw Richardson kind of put his glove straight down.
Yeah.
So maybe what he did was he grabbed his base running helmet the last time. Because I'm not exactly sure why they're switching out helmets for Grant. Either way, yeah, they're switching out his helmet again. Either way,
Interesting.
that's the 3rd hit of the night for the Falcons. And lineup turns over for Zach Sneed. 0 for 1 on the evening with a strikeout in the 2nd. Grant takes off and a hit and run. And that ball's going to go into the forestry.
Yeah, he got a really good jump on that one.
Got a phenomenal jump. Unfortunately, it won't matter for him as Sneed swinging at that one. I'm assuming the hit and run was in action, but kind of surprised to see it was, considering you got a runner over at 3rd. Maybe trying to bring him home or something. Either way. Maybe it wasn't hit and run. Maybe it was just he swung at a pitch he thought he could hit. That one, though, he swings through strike 2. Change-up look to get him there. Richardson now ahead of Sneed quickly 0-2. Had some trouble with the last couple pitchers, or batters, but now Sneed's getting the best of Richardson has. No, and now a pick off to 3rd. Now they got Grant in a rundown. We're going to see if the third base runner moves as Grant's now playing
Gotta go
pickle.
now.
Nah, they're going to keep him at 3rd as Grant's going to play pickle over there between 1st and 2nd. Here comes the runner home. Sliding in safe.
Jeez.
What a play for Flora. Rince best. Technically just stole home.
Wow.
So what happened there?
Yeah.
We're going to kind of take it back a little bit. Richardson stepped off to pick off at 3rd. But as he stepped off, Grant was going on motion and stole 2nd. So once they realized Grant was stealing 2nd, they threw it over to 2nd to put him in a pickle. And biding their time was Rince over at 3rd. And right as I said he wasn't going to go, he just took off.
That was amazing work by Grant. Like, I don't know how many times he went back and forth, but, dude.
I want to say, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was his.
Yeah.
I think that was his 4th go around. You can hear me counting on air. It's been a game of base running here for Flora.
Yeah.
As Grant and Rince both steal their bags. Now it's 4-0 lead for the Falcons. As Zach Sneed now, after all that commotion, he steps back in. and takes an outside ball. 1-2 count here against the Falcons' leadoff hitter. And now there's another man in scoring position in the USC commit. But the Coastal Carolina commit on the mound. Looking to have to go after Sneed here as he's checking back Grant twice. Winds up, deals home. And that ball catches the dirt. And will even the count up at 2 apiece. So we saw Grant bunt his way onto first and basically kind of pickle his way over to second. We'll see what he does get over to third.
Let's get an RBI for that.
Unfortunately,
but
it won't go down in the stat sheet as Sneed fouls that one back. It should go down in the stat sheet, but it won't. It won't go down in the stat sheet.
Yeah.
But he should. So, what an interesting last 2 innings here at Falcon Field. Flora holds this 4-0 lead. As Zach Sneed fills up the count. He watches that changeup not find the plate. Now it's a full count, 1 out. Richardson now about to throw his 80th pitch of the night. And what was he? I think he's about to be his 22nd pitch of the inning. And he's only gotten 1 out. Richardson winding, dealing. That ball's going to be into center field. Over is going to be Todd, and he'll make the play. Out 2. Grant will retreat back to second. And the second out of the inning comes on a fly out into center. And now Richardson will have to deal with the dual hitter. And I love doing this once a game. I'll let him say it.
Number 19, Carew Bates.
Yeah, Jim does a really good job.
He does it way better than I ever could.
Carew
Bates. Maybe one day I could do that. Not unfortunately, not when I'm on the mic. So now 2 outs here. Got Grant over at second. Carew will call time.
Coach wants to come talk to him?
Coach, I'm assuming they're going to have a courtesy runner, or maybe a pitch runner actually over for Grant. Because there's no courtesy runner. Grant is playing short tonight. So how this works is I've actually been part of one of these exchanges. You can put in a pitch runner, and Grant can come back in even if it's the same inning.
Okay.
But Lincoln cannot come back in.
Gotcha. Okay.
If Grant goes back to short. Obviously Lincoln is now in the game.
Yeah.
It's kind of how that works. I was actually on the end of this back when I used to play, back in my days. I was on the pitch runner part of the time of it where I came in to run for third, first pitch. Beautiful curveball, strike one. Goodness.
Second base for the Falcons. Number 26, Lincoln McCardle.
So I was on the runner side of that. And I came in because I had high baseball IQ. I came in to tag up on third.
Excellent. Good job.
Yeah, I know, I was phenomenal. But yeah, I came in and then I was on deck before my coach was like, does he have to hit? Which I was ready to hit, but thanks, coach. That ball's going to get away from Brandon and allow now McCardle to go to third. But I mean, it wasn't like that. He basically said, can I put my other guy back in the game even though we're in the same inning? Because usually you could, but we somehow batted around that inning.
Oh, well.
I'm assuming maybe we won't bat around this inning. Let's use that announcer jinx.
Yeah.
But 1-1 now to Bates. Inside fastball.
Dude, how?
I will say, if he's going to be consistent, call the fastball, and it's inside, I'll give it to him. Because he called that on Charlie a little earlier this inning. And now he calls it on Carew. 1-2. Going to be chopped over to the Hammond dugout. Or that may it's gonna find its way onto the field. We're going to have player Prince Wilson come over there and have to grab that one to get it off.
I'm just going to assume that the official really wants Carew to pull the ball down third base line.
Probably.
And that's why he's encouraging him to swing at that pitch.
I'm going to, yeah, I guess maybe have a little bet. Maybe can he hit the other
I want to see
umpire?
a triple to the corner, right?
Exactly. Carew watches that one. Looked like a curveball. Going to the right-hander's batter's box for ball 2. And now he's going to smack that one over to first now. Of course, there's your announcer jinx.
Yeah, there we go.
And that's the
Going
third
the
out of
other
the
way.
inning. But after a little camaraderie from Grant Loggins and Rince Best, Falcons played another one. They hold the 4-0 lead as we're going to go to the bottom of the fourth inning.
Number 15, Thomas Dennis.
So here we go, bottom of the fourth inning. 4, 5, and 6 come up for Hammond. Their crowd trying to will their team into this one. They've only recorded 2 hits off of Rivers tonight, and Thomas Dennis is not one of them. He popped out to Bates in his last at-bat, and just like we called it, Grant Loggins is back over at short. Ricardo was not able to score, so we'll see what happens with that. Ball 1 high. I'm not exactly sure if he can come into courtesy run, though. That's what I don't know. I don't think he can.
Nah,
but
not for
I think he's done for the day.
non-pitcher or catcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's done for the day. So,
Well, yeah, that's a good point. So,
because I'm not sure how I know obviously courtesy runners are different than pitch runners, but I know it's a rule I'm not well aware about. Believe it or not, I'm not fully delved into the rule books for high school baseball.
yeah.
Got 2 Dreer players coming across the screen, even though they're all good. Fouled off there from Dennis. He's behind 1 and 2. But no, I'm not fully in depth with the rules of high school baseball.
Yeah.
So I think McCardle's done for the day, but if he comes back in, I'm sorry.
Then clearly, yeah.
Clearly I was wrong. Ball just misses outside.
You were just trying to announce or jinx him back into the game.
See, I use it for good sometimes.
That's right.
I've called it. It's actually the best story I've ever had of an announcer jinx was actually calling it. My friend, we were sitting there calling the softball game, and he looks at me and, 2-2 real quick. Sky.
That's coming.
Sky. And Rivers is going to call everyone off and drop it. Goodness. That's how we start the first inning. Or the bottom of the fourth. Well, here we go. But what I was going to say is, one of the girls hit it foul way down the line. He's like, if she times it up and straightens it up, that's going to be gone. Next pitch, she put one in the left field, and I was like, he's like, I called it. I'm like, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
My first ever home run call, or on air technically. I called a couple in some preseason games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I called a Petrie home run, and it was a scrimmage in the preseason. He killed one to left. Now he's doing it on a nightly basis for the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Yes,
it
he
seems
is.
like. But
It's
I
like,
called, yeah.
Coach Hallett coming out to talk to Davis.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably that one did not sit well with Davis after he drops that one.
Yeah.
No, it's It's really interesting he called everyone off. It's really hard for the pitcher himself to more make that play. It's more of like it's a first base or a
usually
catcher.
the first baseman would come in, yeah.
Yeah, usually because you're coming off the mound.
And, I mean, Cooper did come in, but, yeah, David's called for it.
Yeah. So, quick talk from Coach Howlett. I know David's upset with himself, but only the first runner. He's got a lot of time to make up for it.
Just get the next batter.
Exactly. The next batter could not have went any better for Davis. Back in the first, strikeout looking was Connor Stevens, designated hitter, who is now at the plate. And I say that, he's about to rip like a 2-run homer. But
No.
look, I'm calling my announcer jinx so it doesn't happen, okay? We're working with it. Falcons lead up 4-0 here, bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch in there for strike one. Coach Howlett knows what to say. That fastball catches the outer portion of the plate.
Well, you don't have 7 state championships without knowing what to say. So.
You know, he's doing all right for himself, believe it or not. That ball looked around to be the same location, but umpire calls that one a ball. Even in the count at 1. Dennis is at first as of now. I mean, he was a right fielder, so he would not get a courtesy runner, maybe a pitch runner, depending on what Hammond wants to do. They have not had much luck tonight here on the base pass, or in general against Davis. And Stevens swings through an off-speed pitch. He's now behind 1-2. On deck is maybe your favorite person, or second favorite person in the Hammond lineup. Got put in.
Excellent. He's always been a really good player.
He's no Rucker Brandon, though. Another swing and strike 3. That time, twice as nice. This time on the swing. Connor Stevens goes down. 5th strikeout of the night for Davis Rivers. That's the first out of the bottom of the 4th.
Now batting number 25, Jack Croft.
So Jack Croft, a.k.a. Puddin', dig into the right-hander's batter's box. That runner is still on first. Has not had as much mind games as early. Throw down, not in time. Remember we saw Rucker kind of play with Davis a lot back in the first. We're seeing Dennis more of just kind of like, not like a normal runner. But that ball will miss. So it's a 1-0 count against Croft. Or Puddin'. I'm going back and forth between the names. I can't figure out what I like more. Davis nods him, comes home, fouled back, and once again. I do want to note that Davis Rivers was the second error of the game for Flora. I'm not exactly sure if they ruled the first, actually. Or I'll probably have for a wild pitch or something. Maybe, I'm guessing. That ball's high, 2-1. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure if they ruled the first error. Because I have the 2 hits. The 2 hits are Richardson and Barrett. I don't know what they have as that first error. I'm assuming it has to be like a wild pitch that got away.
Yeah, or overthrow or something.
I guess. Ball misses low and away, 3-1. But yeah, because the hit by pitch shouldn't be an error on Rucker. Yeah. Either way. 3-1 count here to Puddin'. Comes home, and that ball skied in left field. Best's gonna move over to his right, come back, and make the play for the second out of the inning.
Up next, number 3, Michael Atkinson.
So Michael Atkinson, or Atkinson, right?
Atkinson.
He's had quite a night over in left field today. He's had a couple balls come his way on some inerrant throws from the catcher. Now he's looking to do his best to dish, but he's also a strikeout victim. All Stevens, Puddin', and Atkinson have all been strikeout victims of Rivers tonight. He will let that first ball stay high, though, and he'll go ahead 1-0. See the infield play and double play depth, even with 2 outs here in the 4th. Interesting decision. We'll see if it pays dividends for Atkinson. And he fouls that one off the mask of Hernandez. I'm not going to complain. I never played catcher.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to. Because
Playing catcher's fun.
not the only time I played catcher, well, I caught even any high school level pitches when it was our USC Sumter commit who's now at Georgia Southern, and he pumps like 90. Nice curveball in there, strike 2.
Beautiful.
Goodness, that was overarching. But no, he was throwing down to me, and I have no cup in, so I'm sitting there scared out of my mind because every ball's going to the dirt, and I'm like, I am not blocking this ball.
Yeah.
And he's like, why are you getting in front of it? I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this. Luckily, the catcher came out about only 2 pitches into my warm up. 1 and 2, gonna stay low and away. But yeah, that was the only time I ever caught any sort of big league or high school sports, but it would scare the bejesus out of me. So,
Yeah.
so 2's around, 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And he keeps that one outside. No, strike 3, late call there. Thought that was a strike.
It's a dramatic call.
It's a dramatic call. Aitchison goes down for the 6th strikeout of the game. We're going to go to the 5th inning. Flora leading it 4-0.
Charles Flake.
Are we back?
Yeah, we are.
We are back. So we figured it out in the half inning. They mixed up the errors. They are also struggling with us seeing Flora being the away team. So Hammond has 2 of the errors. Flora only has 1. But they got the hits right, interesting enough.
Yeah.
Designated hitter Charles Flake takes that curveball in there for strike 1. So after 2 more pitching innings, getting those pitch counts up, we're going to see.
How many hits do you have for Flora?
I have walk, fielder's choice. So I have Rance has a single in the 2nd. I have a double by Hernandez in the 3rd, and hit hard down the left field line foul. And then I have a single for Grant, bunt single. Okay, so I have 3 hits. Because a couple of fielder's choice, which don't go down as hits.
Do you have one for Charles?
I gave him a fielder's choice.
Okay. Yeah, so in Game Changer, they have a hit for him.
That's
okay. It should be a fielder's choice, though.
I don't say this a lot. That's more of a home crowd call. I've seen only one of those. Won't say what it was. 1 and 2 count here for Flake. Fouls that one off. But yeah, that's how I look at it. Flake was not beating that out at first. Beating fielder's choice, he came home instead of going to first. Because if he beats it out, it's not a fielder's choice. If he would have technically beat the throw out at first, but I don't think he would have beat it out.
Yeah.
Ball's gonna skid in. 2 and 2. So yeah, that's so now. I was trying to figure out what was. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I gave both Tyler a fielder's choice on the next play too to hit the ball second. But that was definitely more a fielder's choice because he went to second with that ball. So 2's apiece here on Flake and almost hits Flake, but catches part of the zone. Strike 3. What a pitch. I can't tell if it did catch part of the plate, but nonetheless, strike 3.
Yeah. Well, at least at this point, that part of the plate is, sorry, that part of the plate, that part of the baseball field is a strike.
It is. They are much lower than calling the inside pitch, and that'll be all for Dylan Richardson. He finishes his night at 93 pitches, gave up all 4 runs, 3 hits, and ends his night with 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. Pitching change here. Hammond bringing someone new in. We'll let you know when they come back.
Number 21, Tyler Hernandez.
All right.
So here we go. Ben Kirkpatrick, the second baseman, he'll come in to pitch. It'll move Richardson over to second. They just kind of swap positions, making my life a lot easier here in the top of the 5th. There we go. We're getting our innings right. Tyler Hernandez set to be the first batter Kirkpatrick faces. He is 1 for 2 tonight as he watches a first pitch strike go by. He had a 2-out double back in the 3rd and came to score after some interesting throws. Saw Rucker throw down to 3rd and that ball go into left field, allowing Hernandez to come around and score. More accurately, Lincoln McCardle, but still. Runner for Flora. And that ball's going to be low. Ball 1. But Hernandez is charged with credited with an RBI, not charged, credited with an RBI. He grounded at the second baseman and was able to beat out a double play ball, allowing Carew to come home. So now that one stays upstairs, ball 2. Hernandez ahead 2-1. There's 1 out of the inning. Kirkpatrick inherits no runners though. That curveball will not find the zone. They call that inside pitch on the left side. Did not call that one. So 3-1 against Hernandez for Kirkpatrick. We got Cooper on deck. And he will come to bat with a runner on first. 3rd time this game, Hernandez has reached base. So now here comes Cooper. He's 0 for 1. He walked back in the 3rd. And he grounded out in the 1st.
Courtesy runner for
Now batting for the Falcons, number 5, Cooper Reynolds.
So courtesy, I'm assuming that means Lincoln McCardle will not be coming back into play because he's not in there now. He's been their go-to courtesy runner. So, we'll come home though. Cooper Revels digging into the right side of the dish for your Falcons. He's going to muscle that ball to second. Double play ball on to 2, over to 1, double them up. Quick way to end the inning there for the Skyhawks. And they still trail 4-0, but we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Looking to do some damage is the end of the order coming up.
All right. Back for the bottom of the 5th.
Bottom of the 5th. Here we go. He starts off with the 8-hole hitter, William Hudson, the first baseman. Flew out to Charles back in the 2nd inning. They're not Charles.
Oh, yeah, who's
Jeez.
Charles?
Rince. I don't know why I thought Charles when I saw that.
It's not even Charles. It would have been Charlie. Ooh.
It's, you know, I think the ball just kind of showed how bad that was.
Yeah.
First pitch hitting Hudson.
Oh my goodness.
Now the new pitcher for the Skyhawks will come in. Skyhawks trying to get some momentum. You saw Hudson kind of just more gesture over to his dugout to get some life into them. They have had none so far. They're down 4-0. Bunt attempt here. Runner goes, so we know play at second. Rivers was going to easily throw it over to first, but Ben Kirkpatrick does his job. And he will ground out to the pitcher, but will move Hudson to second.
Now batting number 6.
Where the top of the order comes up.
Brandon.
Your favorite Skyhawk, Rucker Brannon.
All right.
He is 0 for 1 tonight with a hit by pitch back in the 1st inning, but a ground out to Carew back in the 3rd. Looking for his first hit of the night, as he will let that one go low, ball 1. Rivers is now up to about 64 pitches, about to throw his 65th of the evening. We're in the 5th inning. He's on track to pitch probably the whole thing tonight, barring some unforeseen stuff. Hammond crowd not liking that one. But Rivers will get the low strike call, evening the count at 1. He's gonna look over to second, keep that runner close. Dealing home. Strike 2. Looked like Rucker kind of lost his footing in the batter's box a little bit. You don't see that too often.
He's trying to figure out if he could swing at that pitch.
I'm not sure what just happened.
The strike zone's kind of wide tonight.
It is. It's been a little consistent though.
Yeah.
It's just a wide, low and away ball too. I can't tell how wide it is though on the offside.
It sort of feels like the the batter's boxes
Okay.
lines are the edges of the plate.
Gotcha. That ball's going to be basically just poked over to second base. Carew will get that and fire it over to first for the second out of the inning. So, that ball, second out, but we'll move Hudson over to third. And now Wyatt Barrett, he has one of the 2 hits tonight for the Skyhawks. Put one over to the third base where Zach able to kind of bat that one down and keep it in the infield. Held him to a single. I don't think he would have got more, but nonetheless, it was impressive athleticism from Zach.
Yeah.
Davis is going to dirt that one up for ball 1. He's getting ready to throw his 70th pitch of the night after Grant went 6 innings yesterday with 84 pitches. We'll see if Davis can match that. And a swinging strike 1 got Wyatt off balance for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, they will take Davis out after this inning, just to keep his pitch counts inning down.
Yeah. Ball's going to be shot over to right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And Hammond finally gets on the board tonight. Wyatt with his second hit of the night, driving in the first Hammond run of the
Now
night.
batting number 2, Dylan Richardson.
Now we'll bring up the second baseman, Dylan Richardson. So, here we go. Now Davis has got up his first run of the game. We'll see how he responds. Got the heart of this Hammond order coming up. And he'll chunk that one in, ball 1. So, Wyatt is now over at first. He's occupied there earlier in the third, but he was stranded. We'll see if he can move off that bag this time. But there's 2 outs, and that ball's high. Ball 2. Interesting.
Yeah, it looked
Interesting call.
pretty good pitch.
It looked good. It just seemed like he was squatting down, which shouldn't matter with the strike zone, I don't think. That 2-0 hack was taken by Richardson, unable to connect. And that'll be the first strike charge against Dylan. Is now he can take his time walking out after he put all of his might into that one. No telling how far that one would have went.
I wouldn't be able to stand up if I tried to swing that hard. So.
He tried to put that over the left field fence. Couldn't find the ball though. And that one bat finds the ball, but will be shot foul. And now the count's back to 2-2 for Richardson. Now there's 2 out here. The Flora lead was cut from 4-0 to 4-1 now. But 2-2 count. That ball's smacked into right field. Long run for Scott. He's going to have to make it. That ball's going to go out of bounds and out of play. So, after making the long run, Wyatt Barrett will have to go all the way back to first. Unfortunate. He was over to third at the time that ball found the out-of-bounds portion of the grass here at Falcon Field. And Richardson was going to step back in, and we're going to do it all again. Potentially. So he had some trouble with the runner at first earlier with Brandon. Now Wyatt's a little more tame as that curveball misses high and way inside ball 3 and filling up the count. So 3-2, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Wyatt Barrett will be in motion here off Davis's move to the plate. Here we go. Full count. Got him swinging strike 3. Puts him down, 7 on the day. And Flora gets out of the jam. So after Hammond cuts the Flora lead down to 3, they're able to strike back in the top of the 6th inning. Leading it off will be Evan Smith. After a hot night last night at the plate, he's now 0-2 tonight with a strikeout and a ground out this evening. A lot of work to be done here for Flora. Still 2 whole innings left to play in this one. And we'll see if Davis comes back out here for the bottom of the 6th, but right now, Kirkpatrick looking to deal to the Falcons. Slow ball over to short. Barrett's got a cannon, and he fires and gonna make the play at first. Mixed reactions from the crowd. Half of it say yay, half of it say nay, but Evan Smith was cut down for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 2, Rents Best.
So Rents Best is now gonna dig in for the Falcons. Another Falcon who's 0 for 2 on the night. A flyout and a strikeout. Or no, excuse me, he's not 0 for 2. He is 1 for 1. Looking at Charlie Scott, a little lower.
To left field or something.
Yeah, he singled to left field back in the 2nd inning in a walk, and he came all the way around to score back in the 4th. And now he's going to smack it over to 3rd. Crofts got it over to 1st, bouncing in, can't pick it. It's Hudson at 1st, and that will be an error on Hudson actually, but Rents will reach. So, here we go.
Number 18, Charlie Scott.
Now Charlie Scott's looking to kind of change his fortunes. He's 0 for 2, and now he's got a runner at 1st. He's had a runner both times Rents Best. So for the 3rd time, he'll have Best at 1st, looking to kind of move him over at least a little bit. We'll see what he does. As you saw there, Rucker came over to talk to Kirkpatrick, kind of calming him down after the error on Hudson. The rule is that a 1 bounce, it is the error on the first baseman because they technically should pick it. Weird rule, but that's how the distinction is made. That curveball, they've been calling that inside strike all night. They didn't call that one. And so Scott will be ahead 1-0. Interesting here. Umpire seems to lose his part of the zone, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. That ball, though, weakly grounded over to 2nd, or short. On to 1, over to 1st, not in time. And Scott will reach out. So, he replaces Rents at 1st as Grant Loggins will step into the left-hander batter's box. I guess he is a switch hitter.
Yeah.
So, we were wondering about that back in the 2nd inning when he tossed his helmet over.
I wouldn't know that.
I feel like we should. Maybe just start. I'm not sure. Maybe he's just starting. I don't know what's going on completely. But ball finds its way on the field. Richardson easily chucks that one over to the out-of-play part, and we're going to do it all over again. So yeah, Grant is technically actually 1 for 1. You know, the sacrifice bunt will not go down as a non-hit, and then the bunt that he laid down back in the 4th actually got him the 1st. And again, stat sheet won't say it, we'll credit him. He had an RBI back in the 4th. That ball that he got run down as he's ahead of the count 2-0. Ball's going to get away from Rucker, but not far enough to allow Charlie to go to 2nd.
So let's see. So back in 2017, for pitching for Colliers in PBL, Kirkpatrick had 32 innings pitched, 2 and 5, 6 saves. 6 out of 6 opportunities saving. That's good.
Facts I had no way of knowing part 1.
Nobody would. 42 runs, but only 16 earned. That's, it's baseball right there.
That's Little League baseball for you. So right now he's losing the strike zone against Grant. He's behind 3-0, and we're going to see Richardson go over and talk to him. You don't usually see second baseman, but it makes a little more sense when you realize Richardson was the pitcher before Kirkpatrick. Maybe give him some words of wisdom here with Grant at the plate. 3-0 count. We'll see if he has the green light. He does not, as that ball is right down Broadway for strike 1. And we saw Rucker look back at first for Scott. However, Scott is not even close to going far off the bag, even for a secondary lead. So 3-1 here to Grant. Grant takes a hearty cut through that one. That will fill her up.
That was a good changeup, I guess.
I think it was a change-up. Looked like it caught Grant off guard. He swung early. But we're going to see Charlie in motion for the 3-2. 2 outs. Coming home to Grant. Inside, ball 4. Grant able to reach base for the second time this game. And will extend this inning for your Falcons. Where Zach Sneed's going to come up.
For the Falcons, number 15, Zach Sneed.
So Sneed wasn't exactly the biggest fan of Richardson. He was 0 for 2. He did walk, but he is a strikeout victim and a flyout victim in his other 2 appearances. We'll see if he's a fan of Kirkpatrick here as he digs in against the righty. That ball's low, ball 1. Rucker could not frame that up well enough for him to call it a strike. So here we go. 1-0 count here, 2 outs. Flora leading this one 4-1 in the top of the 6th inning. And the top of the order is now at the plate for the Falcons and Zach Sneed. He watches that one go 2-0. Sneed has made this leadoff spot his home all year for the Falcons. And he does it so well. He gets on base, he's fast, he gets out of the box quickly. He's ahead 3-0. And with Carew on deck, be an interesting spot for him to see how they kind of react to this Flora threat. And a 4-pitch walk to Zach Sneed. And just like that, the bases are loaded in the 6th. Here comes Carew Bates.
And
Pitching coach will go out to talk to Kirkpatrick after that 4-pitch walk. And that is back-to-back walks also for Kirkpatrick.
all right, we'll be back.
So here
And batting
comes
for the Falcons,
Carew
number 19,
Bates.
Carew Bates.
He has the bases juiced with 2 outs at the top of the 6th inning. Kirkpatrick getting some words of wisdom. Now looking to deal to Carew Bates. Now it'll be interesting to see. It's his first righty in the last 3 hitters. He does bounce that one in there for ball 1, but interesting to note that he did walk the 2 left-handed batters he faced with Loggins and Sneed. However, he does not find the strike zone there, and ball 1 in the 5th straight ball he's thrown. And that ball is going to be hit over to second. Ranging is going to be Richardson. He'll make the play to get Hammond out of the jam. Flora threatens but leaves 3 stranded. No runs come across. AC Flora still leads at 4-1, going to the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back to Falcon Field. Flora leading at 4-1. Had a threat in the top half of the 6th. Couldn't come to pass. Now Hammond comes up in the bottom half. And now on the mound is Hank Collins making his tournament debut here on the mound. He's going to first pitch swinging. That's going to go just past Bates at second. And Thomas Dennis will start the 6th inning off with a single.
Now batting number 12, Connor Stevens.
So there's one person that's happy to have Davis off the mound. It's this man right here. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts now. But now another pitcher to deal with, Hank Collins. We'll see how Stevens able to fare against Flora's new pitcher. And now Collins, 1 pitch, 1 hit. We'll see if it's the same thing for Stevens, and it's not as he watches one go low. So we talked about it in the beginning of the stream, but this is a very big, I mean, Hammond was not as bad as they showed last night. Hardy, that's called freezing the hitter right there. Off-speed pitch from Collins got Stevens second-guessing himself. But I was saying is Hammond's not as bad as the 14-0 loss they had last night. They have talent. They showed it with Richardson. And they're staying in long enough for this game now. Maybe to do some damage here in the 6th. 1-1 count to Stevens. He lets that one go low. Ball 2. So, Collins coming in. Looking to try to get Stevens out, and he's going to foul that one back into the net, evening the count at 2s apiece. So now infield playing double play depth. We see Cooper over on the bag, going to hold Dennis. 2-2, coming home, dealing just a bit outside. Fills up the count. It feels like they've kind of tightened their zone up a little bit. Either way, that will not come to pass. Now a 3-2 count. And that ball is going to be called strike 3. Looked to be around the same spot. But Stevens watches it go by for strike 3, and that'll be the first out of the inning. And Hank Collins' first strike out of the game.
Up next, number 25, Jack Croft.
So Jack Croft, a.k.a. Puddin'. He's going to try his fare. Another person that's, again, these couple of hitters are very happy to see Davis out of the game. Puddin' watched that one go by for strike 1. The 5, 6, and 7, or 5, 6, 7, and 8 hole hitters actually are 0 and 7 against Davis. And 9 was also 0 for he was 0 for 1. He had a Kirkpatrick had a sacrifice bunt. So the bottom half of this order was 0 for 8 against Davis. So they are probably very, very happy to see him go off the mound. Now we're going to see a time called, and Coach Hovland out to talk to Talent.
Howlett.
Where'd I get Hovland from?
I don't know. I don't know who Coach Hovland is. All right, chicken answer getting up.
There.
All right, we're back.
Coach Howlett came to the mound. Quick talk to Hank Collins. Count stands at 1-1 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runner on first to deal with, but Collins is going to look only home. That ball skied over to the right side of the infield. Revels is going to stay under it, going to go to foul territory and make that play for out number 2. Tyler Hernandez behind the plate nods in approval. After a leadoff single.
So is Hovland the golfer that played with Cantlay?
I think so.
And everyone's complaining about how slow he played.
I'm not as big of a golfer. I just kind of cover it. But, yeah, I got the Hovland from Victor Hovland. I was doing master stuff. And another ball that's going to be fouled over. Cooper Revels going to stay under that. Right. And will get the out again. So, two foul flyouts, 2 Cooper Revels to end the inning. We'll continue that conversation when we come back. Flora leads at 4-1. We're going to go to the 7th.
All right.
Leading out for the Falcons is number 16, Charles Flake.
Designated hitter, stepping into the right-handed batter's box for his 4th attempt. He's the only hitter on this Falcon team to not see Kirkpatrick. He took the strikeout right before Richardson left, but he is 0 for 3 on the night. And that ball, first pitch he sees is going to be skied out to right center. Both are going to come and converge, but Dennis will make the play over and right for out number 1. Well, first pitch Charles saw, he puts him to right field, however. Dennis able to come over and make that play. Now we'll see the catcher, Tyler Hernandez, dig in. He drew a walk against Kirkpatrick back in the 5th, but was ultimately taken out on the double play by Revels next at bat. Hernandez has one of the 4 runs he's come across with one of them this game for the Falcons. Will love to come across with another one here as he watches that first pitch go by, ball 1. Hammond, even though Davis had a phenomenal outing for the Falcons, Skyhawks have stayed alive this game. Only down 4-1 here in the 7th. Hernandez watches that change up, find the zone for strike 1. So, 1 apiece here, and you know Kirkpatrick going through the heart of this Falcon order now in the 7th. As that ball is going to be low, ball 2. We'll see how he fares the second time up. You know, relief pitchers, it's always interesting to see how they go in the second time going through the order. This is the start of his second go-around. We'll see if Hernandez can do anything different in walking, but as of now, he's had 3-1, and we're going to see Rucker quickly go out. We've seen a lot of mound visits here for Hammond in this one. A lot of trying to calm their pitchers down. They've been on edge. They've not found the strike zone. I think you said he's thrown now 11 strikes this game?
Yes.
For Ben, out of the 28 pitches he's thrown.
Yep, 9 strikes.
Not the ratio you want. 11 strikes to 17 balls. And that one's going to be ball 4. Hernandez draws his 2nd straight walk against Kirkpatrick. And Falcons have another runner. And here comes the courtesy runner quickly. And for Hernandez.
Up next for the Falcons, number 5, Cooper Revels.
We'll see as the catcher, Hernandez, he's going to get ready for the bottom half of the 7th. As the first baseman, Cooper Revels, comes in. He grounded into a double play to end the 5th inning against Kirkpatrick. Other than that, no, he's walked and grounded out too short. Going first pitch, popped in the air. Courtesy runner going to have to get back as the second baseman's going to go back, but Dennis will call him off in right field and make the play. 2nd out of the game. Just like last time, Cooper sees the first pitch. Unlike last time, skies that one in the air. So here comes Evan Smith. Not been his day either. He's 0 for 3. Started last inning with a ground out. It was a great play, I want to say, by Barrett. Though he threw that more of a jump step, or more of a jeter in the hole on the shortstop side. But we'll see if Smith can bounce back this time. Pickoff attempt at first. Doesn't come to pass.
Who's 11?
Harris Rivers.
Harris Rivers.
Yeah, the first time he flashes his number all day, because McCardle was used as the pitch runner for Grant, meaning it took him out of the game. So, Kirkpatrick will now finally, no, he's not going to deal. He's going to go back to first and have an unsuccessful pickoff attempt. So, Harris, is he the younger brother of Davis?
Yeah.
Younger brother of Davis, that's what I thought.
Yep.
So, Davis's younger brother is going to slide back in. And that ball outside, throw down to first, not in time. Looked like the ball got there in time. However, Hudson at first had to spin to try to apply that tag, and Harris Rivers got his hand in there. So, that was a ball, though. So, count goes to 1-0 against Evan. Now he's going to try for a bunt, and it's going to hit Evan. Looked like to be the back of the leg. That cannot feel good. I'm not sure exactly where that one hit. I'm not sure if that was thigh or calf. He is limping, though, and that is the first hit by pitch of the night for the Skyhawks. So he's going to get checked out over there. Will be Evan. We're going to quickly just take a quick break and
It's a little chilly. I would be crying if I got by pitch right now.
probably does not feel good, no.
Nah.
The one pitch I got hit while I was in like February, so I'm pretty sure it was cold. It wasn't terrible, but it was also my back, which is one of the best spots to be hit. The leg is not one of the best spots to be hit, especially when it's like right in the muscle. So we'll see. They're gonna test him a little bit, make him just run up and down, just to make sure he's fine. Evan, I think, is fine, so they're going to leave him in. Trainer just had to make sure he could continue, and he does. So, we'll go situational back now. First and second, 2 outs here as Ben Kirkpatrick will now face the 7th hitter in the lineup, Rince Best. And Best has actually reached base all 3 times. Now, one of them was on an error and a walk. He does have a single. That was in the 2nd inning. However, that was against Richardson. That first one is over his head for ball 1. Rince, after a rough day yesterday, he was 0 for 3. Now has kind of turned in a very quality day here for the Falcons. He's come across once for one of the 4 runs. That ball's in the dirt. Throw down to first. Just a bit late. That was scary.
That was a pretty good throw, yeah.
It's a phenomenal throw, and the difference with that one is that time Hudson was able to get to the right side of the bag, able to catch that ball on his right side and easily apply the tag. We saw earlier he had to spin back. That time he was able to kind of put that tag down quickly. He's more ready for that throw back. But just like that, Best is ahead 3-0. And you got Charlie Scott on deck. We'll see what the Falcons can do. 3-0 count. Ball's called inside. Just when we thought they were tight with that strike zone, comes inside and calls that one.
I mean, it's the same inside, but that was low and inside.
It was around knee height. I couldn't. That's a really kind of borderline call depending on the umpire. So 3-1 now, and that ball's called strike 2. And right now, after them, again, we talked about it. They thought we shrinking the strike zone. No, they're expanding it again. So now it's a full count here. So runners will be in motion. 2 outs in the 7th. Rince, any ball put to the outfield will score definitely at least 1. Here we go. Fouled back. So we're going to do it all again. See, Harris Rivers he'll be at 2nd. And Evan Smith, who got hit by a pitch, will be at 1st. Any ball hit to the outfield will most likely score Harris on 2nd. It'll be interesting to see if it's hit, if it would score Evan. But you have to imagine if it finds the gap, Evan will be on his tail trying to score. That requires Rince to put one in play. 3-2 pickoff to 2nd. He eats that ball as even the second baseman wasn't ready for that throw. Looked like Dylan Richardson had no idea Kirkpatrick was even going to attempt to go back. Maybe trying to keep him closer. I'm not sure why. They're moving on motion anyway. Here we go. Runners go. 3-2. Lined into left center. That's going to get down for a base hit. Harris is going to come. We're going to see test my theory. Evans on his horse. He's going to hit 3rd and come around and easily score. 2 out double for Rince Best. And the Falcons extend their lead to 5.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 18, Charlie Scott.
After going 0 for 3 last night, Rince Best puts one in the left center for 2 RBIs in the day. That's his 2nd hit of the night. And now AC Flora leads it 6-1. It's a little chilly out here, Falcon Field, but that got some life back into the crowd as they're quiet again. First pitch swinging over to short. Charlie Scott's gonna.
Whoa.
Almost an
Oh,
errant
geez.
throw from
Almost sailed
the
it.
put-in, but Charlie Scott grounds out to third to end this one. But Rince does some damage, puts 2 across, and puts a blemish on Kirkpatrick's night. Falcons lead at 6-1. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th.
All right, here we go.
So after Carew tried to come in and pitch to start to end this game, Hank Collins going to get the ball in the bottom of the 7th to try to put this one away. He will start his inning against William Hudson, who first pitch is going to ground it over to Grant. On a hop, Grant's going to quickly fire it. Nice play there from Cooper to keep that one
Yeah, good job, Cooper.
in his glove. That'll be 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 7th. We saw Flora put 2 across in the top of the 7th with a 2-out double from Rince Best, defining his night, and now putting the Falcons up 5.
Now batting number 19, Ben Kirkpatrick.
So Ben Kirkpatrick looking to get maybe one of those runs back right here. That ball's going to be on the ground over to second. Carew takes that one in and fires it over for the 2nd out. Well, after some long pitch innings from both pitchers, Hank Collins is coming in, and now just 2 pitches, 2 outs. So, Skyhawks down to their final out of the
Now batting
day.
number 6, Rucker
Their
Bryant.
catcher, Rucker Brannon.
All right, I'd be really happy if Rucker gives us a 3-pitch inning.
You would be, so you can go home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of chilly.
Yeah. And not 3 pitching in that ball will be outside. You know, it's I said it a little last thing. I kind of want to mention it because you can't see all the fans there. Every single sweatshirt is on except myself, who didn't pack one. But yeah, the temperatures have dropped as the night sky comes in here. That ball will find a hole.
Oh.
No, it will not find a hole. Grant able to knock that one down. Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter as Rucker will beat that out, and your favorite player on the Skyhawks gets his first hit of the night.
All right.
Stepping up to the plate,
You sound
number 1,
so happy.
Ryan
But
Barrett.
yeah, I mean, as long as then we get the next guy out or something, then
There you
yeah,
go.
that's good.
Well, unfortunately, this guy's not the easiest one to get out. Wyatt Barrett.
Yeah.
Is technically, he is. Oh no, he's 2 for 3. I thought it was an error, but no, he what almost was an error. Zach Sneed almost was able to kind of knock that one down and put that
yeah.
one. I'm not sure what's going on over at second. Looks like
I was going to talk to Grant.
I'm assuming something's wrong with his glove. It looks like maybe. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe he's a little shaken up after the play. Oh, they're checking his shoulder after the dive. Can't have your ace getting hurt.
Yeah.
Assuming they deem him willing to continue. But yeah, Wyatt Barrett has the shortstop for the
Yeah, so he's
Skyhawks.
what, 2 for 3?
He's 2 for 3. He has 2 singles, 1 to the third. Would have been the left field if Zach Steen didn't make that phenomenal diving effort.
Yeah.
And 1 to right field that scored the only run for the Skyhawks. He has a runner on first now. As Hank throws one in the dirt. Ball 1. Just a tad outside there. Umpire does not call that one. So, count goes
He's
to...
tempted to.
He thought about it probably. Want to know. Hank throws that one. Same spot last time. Tried to get that call, but not able to. 2-0. Skyhawks trying to get some life back into this team. They had it sucked out of them with that rinse best double. That's Hank now. Throwing 3 straight. Got the pitcher, the forward pitcher, Dylan Richardson, on deck. As the count is 3-0 against Barrett. There, Hank finds the strike zone. Now it's 3-1. After 2 pitches, 2 outs, Hank's working around a hit and a 3-1 Barrett. And he gets him swinging, strike 2, off-speed curveball. And the Skyhawks down to their final pitch. And if you can't tell, we are shifting Wyatt Barrett. We have Carew behind second, and we have Grant right in the hole. We'll see Rucker in motion. 3-2, got him swinging, strike 3. That'll do it in this one. Falcons gonna win it 6-1. Hank Collins finishes the last 2 innings, gives up 2 hits, and ends his night with his second strikeout. AC Flora is now 2-0 in the tournament and will come here to play the Silver Foxes tomorrow night.
Yeah, the other thing that's big about that is, so we've given up 1 run. I'm trying to find the schedule. We gave up 1 run yesterday, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so the tiebreaker is usually, the first tiebreaker is fewest runs given up. So we've only given up 2, which is nice. But still, got to play
A Dutch Fork team that
Dutch Fork, yeah.
they 14-0 this Hammond team. However, they lost today to Dreer. It's a very interesting bracket we're in.
Yeah.
Or side of the bracket we're in.
And we have played Dutch Fork twice, beat them once, lost to them once. The scores were something like 4-1 and 6-2.
I'll do my homework tonight.
They were all pretty low scores, but good games though.
I'm hoping so. We won't see the best 2 pitchers now, as you know, Davis and Grant both went today. However, I'm sure we'll see some interesting pitching, and we'll.
Yeah,
we'll
but both teams still have plenty of pitching. So.
I know, but trust me, our pitching has to be one of the best in the region.
Yeah.
And, we'll see what Dutch Fork Steps has to offer.
Yeah. All right, it'll be fun. Another full day of baseball tomorrow. So.
I should be here again tonight. I know you love hearing my voice, so.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Thanks for joining me, and yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. And we'll see you tomorrow.